Hey, so I'm sitting here looking at this thing on the VidCon website for the Less Than Famous panel for the year 2016, and it's asking for auditions, so I think I'm gonna try out. I don't try out for things very often, so I'll let you know how it goes. And Mavis is just sitting here, like, trying to decide whether she's gonna go to sleep or whether she's gonna stare at me. Oh, this dog. I realized just today that it is March 14th, and I haven't really done anything with these videos this month yet, except for shooting more dog training videos, so I should probably say something to the camera, you know. I actually just sent in my revised submission to the Less Than Famous panel like 3 minutes ago. The response to that has just been super fantastic. It's been fantastic for both videos. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. And because I've been working on those videos pretty much for the entire first half of this month, I'm a little videoed out at the moment, so I don't have much to say. But what I have right here is kind of cool, so I thought I would show you what this is. Trying to hold this away as far as I can so you can see this thing the best that you possibly can. I am currently working on a redesign for Entropy's costume, and this is the base coat. Actually, why don't I just put it on? Yeah, that's a way smarter idea. Give me 1 second here. This type of lab coat is called a Howie lab coat. The lighting's actually not really very good here, especially because I'm putting on something black. Let's try to find a different spot. Oh, this is all blown out. This is why I usually set up a lighting kit. Will you stay there? Will you stay there? Okay, cool. Excellent. Yeah, that's way better. There's a couple of reasons that I am redesigning Entropy's costume. The first one is that it's a little bit uncomfortable. You can't really tell on camera, but the lab coat doesn't fit quite right. It has a tendency to ride up in the armpits, and it's kind of baggy everywhere else, so I've been wanting to do a different lab coat for a while. And this one is also much more convenient for quick costume changes. I've done a new logo, which is going to go here, and you guys will see that part eventually. And I'm also going to be replacing the goggles. The reason for that particular choice is that they leave these very distinct lines on my face, which is not good for the kind of run and gun quick shooting that I have to do, because if I ever need to film something that's not Entropy after I film Entropy, I have to wait for those lines on my face to go away. And also, the goggles begin to fog up almost immediately after I put them on, and within about generally between 3 to 5 minutes, they just fog up completely, and it becomes impossible to see out of them, which is not good. So I'm going to be replacing them with these round sunglasses, which I think is honestly a pretty cool look. Might do something different with my hair when I'm Entropy. I don't know. I don't know. Just mess it up a little bit. Sort of mad science-y. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And the final thing I am going to be replacing is the gloves. With these, I can more easily manipulate various objects and props, and I'll be able to use touch screens no problem, and I'll be able to use touchpads on computers no problem. So this is the basic idea behind Entropy's new costume. It may look a little dark overall, but trust me, when you guys see the logo on the front of this thing, I think it's gonna look really cool. And we all know that everyone's crazy about a sharp-dressed supervillain. See, this is how I'm supposed to sound when I look like this. Funny story about that, actually. I once sent Matt some voiceover lines for a video we were doing, and because it was all just voiceover, I didn't bother to get dressed up for as Entropy to do Entropy's lines, and he said that even though he of course knows that that I play Entropy, it was a little weird to see Entropy's voice coming out of me. I don't know. Sometimes this whole YouTubing thing is just odd. I don't know. I'm done rambling. Here's some dog.
That's one. Get her up there, back to her. That's normal. Left about turn into the drive. Keep on moving. Slow down, stop, and sit.
Good girl. Stay, Mavis. Stay. Mavis, stay.
Stay there.
Good girl. Good girl. Stay. Stay.
I'm sitting here at my work desk. Since I was talking about the new coat and costume for Entropy a little bit, I thought I'd also talk about a couple of other crafts that I'm working on. Maybe this will be kind of a behind-the-scenes sort of vlog. Whenever I'm working on some freelance jobs, I typically start with a little bit of a warm-up. I basically spend that warm-up time working on projects of my own. And right now I'm kind of in the design phase of two specific things, one of which is a prop and one of which is a gift for my godson Brighton. If you've seen previous videos that I've made with Brighton, I'll probably link to a couple of them. You'll know that he's a really big fan of Doctor Who, and we're going to be going to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter this summer, and he wants a wand to go down there, so I'm making him a Doctor Who themed wand. This is just kind of a very rough sort of overview. You can see it has this tip that kind of looks like a sonic screwdriver, and then it has this Gallifreyan that's going to be engraved on it or possibly painted on there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. It's two Gallifreyan phrases. One of them says, "This is Brighton's wand." The other one says, "It was made by Jesse." Then, of course, you have this little miniature TARDIS that goes on there. You've got the handle, which is kind of designed to mimic the skirt of a Dalek. And on the end is going to be a little fez, which is going to have a tassel on it. In addition to that wand, I'm also currently designing a custom sonic screwdriver for Entropy. It's just a very basic sort of tubular design with kind of a red wooden handle and this switch on the top. I'd like that to be a functional switch. I don't know if it's going to be possible given the size that I'm working with. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. This is going to be the handle of my godson's wand here. Hollowed out a big portion of the inside and then kind of sanded it down to this hex shape. And then I'm going to be putting raised dots on this because it's going to be kind of like the skirt of a Dalek. And then I've got the fez ready to go over here. I just need to get a little eye screw to put into this hole so I can attach a tassel to that. Entropy's sonic screwdriver is also coming along quite nicely. I know it looks like a pile of rubbish at the moment, but it's going to look really good, trust me. All the parts have been fully seated together, and I've integrated them with my wood putty. If you guys don't know, there's this really great stuff for crafting called Rub and Buff. It's a wax-based metallic finish. It actually has little bits of metal floating around in kind of a wax-based substrate. I'm going to be using silver Rub and Buff for Entropy's sonic screwdriver. I'm going to be using this antique gold Rub and Buff for the skirt of the Dalek. Okay, so I'm not saying anything super interesting in this part of the video. I just wanted to show you some progress on the wand handle. And there's some progress on Entropy's sonic screwdriver. More progress. And there's the wand handle again. Oh, doesn't that look cool? She loves taking her walks, and I love having a day off. I got a Bluetooth headset on because I'm an important businessman who does important businessman things. Come on, Mavis. She lags behind when she finds an interesting smell. Alright, we are now done with the Doctor Who wand. Really pleased with how this thing came out, and I actually should be seeing Brighton within the next couple of days if all goes according to plan, so I might be able to show you guys his reaction to this. Which would be cool. So, funny story, I was originally planning on attaching a tassel to the bottom, but as I was at my local craft store looking at different tassels, I realized I couldn't remember what the color of the 11th Doctor's fez tassel is. So I looked it up, and his fez doesn't have a tassel. So I just ended up putting like the little sort of brad on the bottom of the handle and kind of resanding and repainting that. And yeah, so that is more or less what this looks like. What I did to put the Gallifreyan on the shaft of the wand, I am 5. What I did was I got some clear label paper and I just printed them out, gave the ink plenty of time to dry on that paper before I did anything else with it. And then I cut the circles out and affixed them to the wand, and then I just Mod Podged over them, again very carefully, to make sure that the ink wouldn't run. But yeah, that is it. One finished Doctor Who style wand. Obliviate! 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 I don't do a good Dalek voice. Sorry. Alright, Entropy's sonic screwdriver is now finished. The diode at the end, which I have finally attached, is made partially out of an old little scrap piece of plastic that I had lying around, as well as a busted mini mag light. Obviously it doesn't light up or anything. I may make it light up in post. I'll definitely add sound effects in post, of course. But for now, that's it. A Doctor Who magic wand and a personalized sonic screwdriver. refried beans is gonna take like 4 hours, but it's gonna be so worth it. I want you to boil faster. Now you're gonna boil faster. Alright, so the beans are boiling, and they're gonna have to keep doing that for 2 hours. This is the part that is really, really boring. Okay, it's time for me to add my seasoning to my refried beans, and I've made a classic beginner's mistake by not making absolutely sure that we had all of the ingredients that we needed before we started cooking. I need garlic powder, and I'm totally out of garlic powder, which is really weird. This house is never out of garlic powder, but we are today. The seasoning is basically just garlic powder and salt. So what I'm gonna do is, instead, I've got minced garlic and garlic salt, and hopefully that should provide enough flavor to substitute for the garlic powder. Put it in the garlic salt. It's gonna be about 2 teaspoons worth. Just kind of eyeballing it, and then we'll taste it afterwards. And we'll start with that much, and then I got minced garlic. And again, we'll just kind of eyeball that. And we'll stir that in, and we'll give it a taste, and we'll add more if we need to. And we're just going to take a little bit of that water. We got some of that. Doing a quick taste test. Yeah, no, it needs more garlic salt. And no, I'll just keep adding until I get the flavor where I want it. We've got the flavor where we want it to be. We're just going to put in a little under a 1/4 cup of corn oil, just for a little bit of extra goodness. And then we stir that in, and that'll simmer for about another hour to an hour and a half, give or take. Bullseye. And here we are. Once the beans look like this, they've thickened up and they're starting to get kind of sticky. You can go ahead and kill the heat, and then you're gonna mash them up with a potato masher and then enjoy them. And that is homemade refried beans with some mozzarella on top. Oh, I want to eat you. Cheers, my friends. Oh my god, that's really good. Well, today is the 30th, and they just announced who the people were that were selected for the Less Than Famous panel. I was not among them, but, you know, I wasn't really expecting to be. Would have been really cool, but I know that it was a long shot. I want to really thank you guys for all of the great things that you had to say in the comments of that video. It really, I don't even know words. It's just, I don't know, it was really nice. It was really cool, so thank you guys. So because I am not a member of that panel, I unfortunately will not be able to go to VidCon this year. I can afford the travel expenses, I can afford the hotel room, I can afford to feed myself, and I can afford the ticket, but I cannot afford all 4 of those things at once. So, no VidCon this year. Maybe next year, I don't know. We will see what time brings. I'm actually working on another helping of those refried beans right now. Those things are really filling. I can have like maybe 1/3 of a cup of them before I start to feel full. Yeah, they're quite substantial. I don't know. Try them out if you like refried beans, I guess. Man, vlogging is weird. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this month's videos. Yeah, just let me know how you're doing. How was your March? Talk to me. Down there. I'll be down there talking to people. And until next time, Code Monkeys, I will see you later. What gives you the right to be this cute?